According to mappingpoliceviolence.org, African American people are 3 times more likely to be killed by police than white people. America needs a change in the way police are held accountable for their actions. People in the social work profession are fighting for equality and fair treatment for those who have witnessed this form of discrimination. Both political parties are fighting for justice towards this developing policy. One policy that is ongoing is body cameras on law enforcement officers. Body cameras are able to record everything said and done around the police officer during their interactions. Cameras ensure accountability and fairness. As of now, only 23 states require police officers to wear a body camera, and the laws regarding the cameras are still in the works. Unfortunately, Ohio is not one of these states that require police to wear cameras. Regarding body camera laws in Ohio, Urban.org says in October 2015, the Ohio Collaborative Community Police Advisory Board, created by Governor John Kasich, announced it was developing statewide standards for the use of police body-worn cameras to address privacy, operations, and public record issues. The standards were delivered on January 1st, 2017. Some aspects of the policy include requiring law enforcement to inform citizens when they are being recorded and restricting citizens from reviewing recordings at the scene. This website also explains that every state is able to withhold the record from public access. Law enforcement records are exempt from disclosure until an investigation becomes inactive. An open record may be withheld or redacted if its disclosure would interfere with law enforcement proceedings, reveal the identity of a suspect or confidential source, reveal investigative techniques or procedures, or endanger anyone's safety. ACLU claims that footage cannot be released if in the absence of permission from the video subject, such as videos showing personal, financial, or health information, the identity of certain crime victims, children, confidential informants, and persons who have been seriously injured or killed. That's a victory for privacy and practical policing. In other words, during the investigations, footage is not able to be released to protect the privacy of suspects, victims, and officers. The lack of body cameras on police officers in the past has caused many deep issues within our society. According to the National Institute of Justice, several recent disturbances across the United States subsequent to the instances of legal use of force by officers highlight the ongoing challenges in maintaining the public perception of law enforcement legitimacy, particularly as it concerns the use of force. Before the implementation of body-worn cameras, individuals were more likely to be nervous and afraid of officers. By implementing the cameras, the people and the officers can be more at peace and more transparency can be provided. For example, if an African American and I break the same law, we are going to have different emotions when the officer walks up to our window. This is evidence of racism in our society. Let's think of a situation where an African American male and I, a white woman, are driving in separate vehicles. We are both going 15 over the speed limit and we both get pulled over. I would not be threatened by this action because of my place in society as a white woman. The authority that I did not ask for yet is given to me. You rarely hear about young white females getting detained or threatened by law enforcement for breaking minor laws.
This is not true for African Americans. For me, being pulled over by an officer is a life or death thought, a situation that I'm terrified of. My instincts tells me to make sure I already have my license and registration present. Don't reach for anything even if they tell me to. And even if I do what they say, they may act on their own biases. I feel that I can't win for losing, and the main person I should call to protect me is the very person that can take my life away.
Sure, this can be because of certain actions in certain situations, but the officer may recall certain scenarios in the past where an African American person shot at the officer or maybe threatened the life of this officer. The black person sitting in the driver's seat may remember a friend or person in the news who was shot and killed for having a brake light out. Both sides are reasonable and understandable. When that officer walks up to my window and asks for my license and registration, I don't feel threatened. It is because of this connection through our skin color that bonds us together like brick and mortar.
This is unlike the emotions and thoughts racing through a black person's mind as the officer walks up with his hands on his holster. There needs to be a line of understanding between white and black people. whether they're in law enforcement or not. We can fix this by having more strict and straightforward policies and laws with those working in law enforcement, especially with body cameras.
Thank you.